I, sometimes all you could do is laugh. Sometimes all you can do is laugh. And once again, I just come on here for therapy. I'm here to talk to the real ones. You know what I'm saying? This is for the cats that understand. If you understand what a cat is going through right now, this is for the real ones. But we here, and I think it's the time that we can. I'm gonna just break this down for y'all real quick, so that we can understand what's going on. Because I think we got to come to a conclusion here, and I think this is a revelation that I think the Browns fan base need to come to as a collective. And a lot of times, we don't want to get right to the nitty gritty about certain things. And some people on Twitter, oh, you knee-jerk reactioning. Oh, G. Bush, you know what I'm saying? You overreacted. I'm gonna be honest with you. This ain't NASA, and you overreacting is if you ain't got no communication and you going to the moon. Overreacting is you on a highway and you going down 480 and it's snowy and it's slush on the ground and it's black ice, and you hit that black ice patch and you go over the medium. That's kind of like panicking. What I'm doing is just giving you the real. What I am is just giving you the real. You see me on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. You see me on Locked On Browns, but I got to come back to the barbershop and tell people what the game plan is. And my situation is, you guys understand today that Kevin Stefanski needs a serious evaluation. And I'm here to do it with the people. He's going to need a serious evaluation, because there's one or two things that are happening here, and I'm going to figure out today. Either we grossly overestimated the talent of this team on both offensive, defense, or we just have a coach who is only able to coach in the event that he has supreme talent. Now let that sink in. Let that sink in. You got a team with a great offensive line. You got two great top flight running backs. You got a number one receiver in Amari Cooper. You got a tight end that's comparable, that is athletic to catch the football sometimes, unless he's going to fumble and get ripped. But the point I'm saying is, you got a team that consistently plays down to the level of their competition. You have a team that consistently can't compete against teams like the Jets and the Falcons. I repeat it. The Jets and the Falcons, 85 people in here. I salute you. Come on in. If you're on YouTube seeing me, Super Chat is available if you want to get in. If you're watching me on Facebook, salute, come on in. If you're watching me on Twitch, we doing our thing as well. We're going to warm up and we're going to heat up a little bit. But the first thing I wanted to do, I wanted to take a little time and I wanted to go through these statistics. I think this is very important, because the devil is in the details. Let me go ahead and first get this on right quick. Let's go ahead and start and get into this. Let me enlarge this. Let's just get into this. And I want to show you something very quickly here. You watch the Cleveland Browns and you take a look at the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons did something, and let me take this off because my banner is in the way. Let me take my banner off for y'all, because I need to get all of this in here. Let me see. Make sure I hide that. Boom. We need to get all that. Forget all the pleasantries. Let's get right off into this. Let's take a look at it. Jacoby Brissett, 21-35, 234. No touchdowns, interception late. Got sacked one time, quarterback rating of 68. Let me show you something. Marcus Mariota was 7 of 19 for 139 yards. This man completed 7 passes. Let me sink it in. That man completed 7 passes. They threw the ball 19 times. Now, let me ask you a question. Who is Tyler Allegre? What? 10 carries, 84 yards. Caleb Huntley, 10 carries, 56 yards. Cordell Patterson, who came in as a third leading rusher in the league, didn't even do nothing today. He was half hurt. He didn't even practice all week. 9 carries, 38 yards, 1 touchdown. Avery Williams, who is this? That sounds like an R&B singer that was the backup dancer for 112. Avery Williams? And Mariota, we talked about his legs all week. He scrambled 5 times for 3 yards. Let me just show you something. Marcus Mariota is a backup auditioning to try to stay in this league. Jacoby Brissett is a backup too. But let me understand this. I need to understand something for y'all out there. Why do the Atlanta Falcons have sense enough to understand what type of day it is? Why do the Atlanta Falcons understand what type of time it is? Why do the Atlanta Falcons say, you know what, 7-19, Marcus Mariota, here's what we're going to do. You ain't going to throw the ball. You're going to get 139 yards and you threw a pick. But guess what they did? They stuck to who they were. They had one option and one opportunity to win this game. They realized that where was it at? On the ground. The Cleveland Browns have the best freaking running back in the league. Yeah, let me repeat. They got the best freaking running back in the league. Nick Chubb, 19 carries, 118, 6.2 average, 1 touchdown. Let me ask you something. Why in the hell is Jacoby Brissett throwing the ball 35 times? 35. Kareem Hunt, 10 carries, 49 yards, 5 yards a pop. 5 yards a pop you get in between them. But see, Kevin Stefanski doesn't understand what type of time it is. He don't understand what gets his bread buttered. He only wants to ride Chubb and Hunt. He only wants to ride them until he feels like, oh, now I can get my money off. Now I can call my game. Now I can scheme something open. Stefanski, you tried to call screens all day. It was tight end screens, halfback screens, all the screens. Guess what? It wasn't working today. Time after time after time after time. And I'm going to just drill down on it. Because one thing I got to tell people about is here's what I'm going to stop doing. I'm going to stop being so nice. I salute everybody. I'm going to stop being so nice. But one thing I'm not going to do, I'm going to stop taking this nonsense from non-gamers. If you only played Madden, I'm sorry, bro. You can't tell me nothing about what I'm talking about right now. I'll be way too nice to some of y'all cats. You know why? Because I know what the hell I'm talking about. Oh, knee-jerk reaction, J-Bosh. You were annoying today. So what? Go holler at the moon. That's like me trying to sit there and tell you I'm at a conference for rocket scientists, and I'm going to sit there and tell a rocket scientist what he should be doing, and I ain't passed 8th grade math. Listen what I'm telling you, bro. It's all in the details. We'll keep it going. I'm just showing you what one team did that's less talented than your team, and you see what came out on top. See, it's not about running or running every play. Read between the lines, my guy. It ain't about when you run. It ain't about how much you run it, or it's about the times and opportunities when you run it. Let me go to the details. I'm setting something up here. Just let me cook. Let me cook, my G. Remember what I said. It ain't about how much you run it. It's about when you run it that shows who you are. Adversity shows you what people are as humans. Not when it's good. Everybody is good on payday. Everybody look good when it's Friday and you trying to go to Applebee's. Everybody got you suited and booted. You got a couple little dollars in your pocket. You just washed your car. You're feeling good. You got your lift this morning. You about to go to the mall and get these J's. Your girl, you know what I'm saying, she got her hair and nails done. Everybody is good on that day. But you tell me what you looking like on a Tuesday and a school night, and you got to get kids ready to go to school the next day. You got energy? You got a good attitude? You still hustling? It ain't about how much you do it. It's about the time you do it. Keep that in mind as I'm weaving the narrative. 129 in the chat. Please show me love and hit that like button. If you like the truth, please come on in here. If you don't, this may not be for everybody. I still love you. I still love you out there. It may not be for everybody, but I'm just teaching and trying to show you why the Cleveland Browns lost today, so you don't got to go in the water cooler and listen to your idiot friends tell you, well, I thought they did play a pretty good game. Get up out of here. This ain't for everybody. Let me show you this. This is a drive summary. Let's do it. 1:30 in here. Drive summary. I'm going to show you it's when you do it. This is right before the half. Cleveland Browns had an opportunity to go up in this game, not get 3, but get 7. Go up 14-10. Let me show you what they did. First and goal at the 1. He brings a tackle in and reports him eligible. He goes off right tackle, Nick Chubb, right guard, Nick Chubb to the Atlanta 1, no gain. Fine, you gave it to Chubb once. No problem. Second down. You bring these dudes in again. Reporters eligible. Brissett pass incomplete short to David Njoku. It was a penalty on the play. You ran a trash bootleg, and Taylor ends up grabbing somebody. Now you're out of the range where you should be running the football. You should have never even been at no 1-yard line. That should have been a score. Now the penalty happened. 2nd and 11 at the 11. Jacoby Brissett, incomplete short right to Kareem Hunt. Another incomplete pass. 3rd and 11. Jacoby Brissett, incomplete short left at Amari Cooper. Let me count that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3 straight passes when you had it at the 1. That's what I call getting cute. That's what I call you smarter than everybody. You know what I would have done? You know what you would have done? You know what your grandma would have done? You know what your principal would have done? You know what SpongeBob SquarePants would have done? They'd have turned the ball around and handed it to that monster in the backfield and moved the hell out of the way. But he bring it in, done, and Frawhold, and reporting them tackle eligible, reverse pivot, a flea flicker, halfback pass on 3. Boy. But let me show you. It's a theme here. It ain't about how much you run it. It's what you do when you in certain situations that tell me who you are as an individual. And you know what you told me you are? You told me you don't got no faith in your own line. You don't know who your best player is. And you out here trying to act like you're the second coming of Bill Walsh. Let me just continue and preach here. I promise I will get to the chat. 148 in here and this lesson plan, right? Because I'm not just going to come to you with these opinions. I'm going to come to you with facts. Please hit the like button. Let's go right back here and continue the teaching lesson. It's not about, boys and girls, how much you do it. It's when you do it in what circumstances that tell me who you are. Well, let me just add this to the screen. Let's get right back off into this thing. I'm going to show you what an inferior team, with an inferior quarterback, with an inferior running back, less talent, did to you. Once again, it's not about how much, it's when you do it. As you notice up here in the top right-hand part of the screen, the Cleveland Browns kicked their little stinky little field goal, and they up 13-10, right? It's about what you do when you do it. They kicked a stinky little field goal, and now the Atlanta Falcons got the football down 13-10. Now, let me show you what they did with guys I don't even know who the heck they are. 1st and 10 at the 25. C. Huntley over the left side, gain of 6. 2nd and 4. C. Huntley over the left side, gain of 5. 1st and 10, shotgun. C. Huntley, right tackle, to the 50, 14 yards. 1st and 10. C. Huntley. Does it remind you anything? I heard him before. C. Huntley over the cleat, 9 yards. C. Huntley, 4 yards. Quarter ended. Maybe you make some adjustments, Joe Woods. You know you got backups, and maybe you make some adjustments. Maybe I'm talking too real for some people. 3rd quarter, 1st and 10 at the 37. You thought the rain was stopping? It's still thunderstorming outside, Joseph Wood. You think he's tired? See Huntley over there getting oxygen because we don't even know who he is. He ain't never played that many snaps in his life. All they do is bring this Algier guy in here. Oh, we still good. 7 yards for Algier. Let's hand it to him again. 14 yards for Algier. Oh, Huntley's back because he got his breath back. He ready to go. See Huntley, 6 yards. Let's finish it off. See Huntley, 5 yards. And I can't even see down here what that is. Let's move this up, and I'll tell you how he finished the drive. Oh, what is that? Oh, another 3 yards for the touchdown. It's not about what you do, how you do it. It's about what you do when it counts. And when it counted and they were down, the Atlanta Falcons said, I'm going to run the ball 11 straight times. Now let's get busy in the comment section, and I need to ask you something. Do you believe that the Cleveland Browns would ever run anything 11 times in a row? Even if their life depended on it. Put 1 if you believe that the Cleveland Browns would even run 11 plays in a row if they caught the defense in the right play. Or 2, if you think the Cleveland Browns would run it for 45, 55, 65 yards and then come back with play action because we're cute. You tell me, because I just set it up for you. I'm just asking you. Not let alone 11 straight plays. The Browns wouldn't run 3 plays in a row with Nick Chubb. They wouldn't give that monster 4 plays in a row. They wouldn't give him 6 plays in a row. It would never even have to get to 11. See, this is the part of the game that we call coaching. Stefanski again. Are you auditioning for another role, or are you trying to win games? Because the Atlanta Falcons came into this game and they said something real quick. Marcus Mariota ain't it. We're going to hang our hat and we're going to beat you to sleep because we know Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett is not in this football game. And they just did it 11 straight times down the field. Then you say, oh, well, maybe I could run the ball too. And then you hand the ball to Nick Chubb and magically, he walks right down the field and he scores. But why does it take that? Because in the NFL, it's all about the small margins. It's not about, it's not about we got destroyed by 6 plays. This game is coming down to 1, 2, 3 plays, a game of inches, and you fighting like hell to obtain these inches. And when your coaching staff is giving them inches away, you have no shot. Have no shot. They don't have a chance. They can't compete because their coach can't do the competent things that give you an opportunity to win consistently. Kevin Stefanski, and I'm sorry, man. Him and his coaching staff, they can only win with supreme ball players. They can only win when they outman you at every position. And then they still almost give the game away. You got to, and this is why I keep telling people, you guys is hanging your hat on, well, we ain't got Myles Garrett. We ain't got Jadeveon Clowney. We ain't got this. We ain't got that. How many times is we going to have to sit here as fans? Do we need an all-star freaking team at every position for us to win games? We got to make sure everything goes right. The ball got to bounce there. We got to be healthy. We got to get 3 calls from the ref. It got to be a full moon. You got to be able to, it's half off at Denny's, and your mom came in from town and knitted you a sweater, and that's the only way we can win games. That's what we on now. It's just baffling. And maybe it's just me. And I'm gonna get to this. I'm gonna get to y'all's comments. I swear, man. But it's hard. It's just hard looking at it from a perspective, knowing that you got one of the best players in the league, and that's the problem. And this isn't the first time this has happened. We had Odell Beckham Jr. and they thought it was Odell's fault. Nobody can't say it's Nick Chubb's fault. How many times do we got to see in the fourth quarter? He's on the sideline with a coat on. I feel sorry for him, bro. I do, man. I just do. And I got a passion. Somebody said, why don't you ever coach? I will never coach because some coaches don't know nothing. They got all the book smarts in the world. But the one thing that you can lean on is the fact that you got somebody that ain't nobody better than, and you still screwed up. We had LeBron 10 years, couldn't win nothing. You still screw it up because you want to call what you want to call. If you don't have tight ends and you ain't got Travis Kelce and you ain't got George Kittle, stop running Harrison Bryant out there and put Chubb and Hunt in the backfield. Let me just take some comments. We're going to take some comments. First of all y'all people, man, if y'all out there, thank you. I'm going to get to that, man. It's 100-something comments in. I want to thank y'all, man. Hold me down. Let's talk about it. Cardiac kids. Man, I appreciate you, Sting. Let me get to these super chats too. I'm going to make sure I get everybody in here. Let me get you, Robert. All super chats. All super chats, man. You gotta block him, get him up out of here. Thank you. Man, out there on seeing that Cupid right now, man. I'm gonna get to these super chats real quick, man. I see you out there, man. Shout out to you. You want to donate on super chat, you can do so. You can actually hit me up on you can do PayPal, $GBush91. A lot of twos in here. Hey, Glenn Francis, thank you so much, brother, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Let me get this dude up out here. These dudes be spamming. Here's how you know you made it when your spam game be out of control. You be like, dang. This game was 100% on Kevin. Thank you, Rob Vendors, for the super chat as always. This game was 100% on Kevin. The last couple drives he passed rather than choosing to run. He's trying to confuse the defense by passing when it's not working. Listen, I'm fed up, G. Look, you don't got, sometimes it's all about, Rob, sometimes it ain't even about fooling nobody. It's just the fact that I could just do that and you can't do nothing about it. And that's the frustrating thing about it because, you know, and that's why I'll give the Falcons credit. And I always give other teams, if you're a Falcons guy and you pull it up right now and you pull it up in the live, first and foremost, I give everybody credit. I give credit where credit is due. I give the fact that the head coach and the coaching staff under the Atlanta Falcons understood one thing. There's no Jadeveon Clowney. There's no Myles Garrett. There never was really a defensive lineman presence in that situation. And you know what they did? They said, we're going to run the football no matter if our guy's out. We believe that's the best way to win, and we're gonna be committed to it. It's not about the run, like I gotta get 6 a carry. It's about the commitment to it. Because when you run it over and over and over, I'm a D lineman. I understand how demoralizing that is. I understand how tiring that is to get off a block with another 300-pound man on you, and you're trying to chase a running back on a zone away. That's harsh. Guess what? You're not gonna stop it. And at least they said, this is the way we know we can win, and we committed to it. The Browns just don't do that. The Browns don't do that. And the reality of this situation is, if Nick Chubb was on any other team, Nick Chubb would have 2,500 yards. We don't spot shadow our guy like they do a Taylor in Indianapolis. We don't give him the ball like Derrick Henry. We don't say we're going to keep coming with this dude. He on the sideline too much, and we seeing these other down the liner guys playing, man. It's just so frustrating to have a dude that good, and you're not punishing people with him. Somebody need to pull him aside, bro. You got to have somebody that's an OG. You got to have somebody on that coaching staff, whether it's Van Pelt, whether it's quality control, whether it's the GM, and say, listen, let me show you what we're doing. Kevin, you might not understand it. You might be so caught up in the game that you don't know. You might not know you're not getting your guy involved. At the end of the game, my thing is this too. It's so much panic involved. We right there in Cade York's wheelhouse. All we need is a couple more yards with 120 on the clock. Run the ball a few times and get in field goal position. But we dropping back 7-step drops. We tried another screen that didn't work. Jacoby should have threw the ball earlier. I get it. But we got an illegal man downfield because it's on the timing was off. When all you got to do is give it to your man and let him work. Frustrating. So frustrating. Nobody's business. Joe Wood shouldn't even be allowed to board a plane home. We are now in the third year with the same crap for him. He's out of excuses. Nobody's business. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. And you're correct. Another bust. Another bust. In big time. 45 yards. 45 yards. We pin him down at the 9-yard line. It's Marcus freaking Mariota. He completed 7 passes. And you get another bust wide open. Oh, gosh. You just watch him on the sideline. And then we got to listen to all week. Oh, it's on me. I got to clean it up. At some point, I'm not trying to hear that, dog. At some point, everybody get fired. At some point, your boss going to say, yeah, I know it's your bad. Fix it. Yeah, I know that's on you and it lays on you. Fix it. Or stop trotting out the same players that's busting. It's just, it's unacceptable. It is. Because I'm going to just keep telling you like this, bro. What would this team's record be if they had McVay? What would this team record if they had Kyle Shanahan? What would this team's record if they had Mike Tomlin or Andy Reid or Bill Belichick? I could keep going. But our best player getting here 19 times. Why is Jacoby Brissett even bouncing? It's a 3-point game. This is how you know it's fraudulent. It's a 3-point game. Jacoby threw the ball 35 times. Marcus Mariota threw it 19. Crazy. Maybe it's just me. I hate when they say the Ravens is 2-2 playing lesser opponents. We need these wins to stay afloat. What teams are we going to beat with 2 L's now? We look at it. See, I like you. G-Money, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. My problem with this is about us in here. This is about what's in this locker room. Stop looking at, and that's a problem with us half the doggone time, is we look around and we validate ourselves by what the Steelers or Ravens is doing rather than going out and improving and doing what we need to do to be better. To judge this team on the places that we want to go. They got championships and trophies. I don't care if the Steelers and the Ravens and the Bengals are pissing away games. That's on them. What you gonna tell your kid when he come home and you be like, hey, bro, I see you bring no books home and you got a D on that test. Well, my other friend, Joni got the same grade as she got a D too, and she didn't study, so we good. No, Joni don't live with me though. I don't buy Joni food. I'm not providing for Joni. Stop bringing Joni up. She ain't in here right now. It's the equivalent of what cats be doing. 205, please hit that like button. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate this. Hey, this is a real conversation. If you coming in late and you just want the sugarfoot stuff and you want to say, oh, we 2-2, or we might be able to get better, or you guys are so negative, please go ahead. Hey, no offense. This is for the real ones. You know what I'm saying? This is for the reality guys. You know, there's a lot of other blogs y'all can go hang out with, kick it, and drink that Kool-Aid and wear your colors. This ain't a place where you wear your colors and feel good about losses. We don't do that over here. I'm just letting y'all know. Just giving you fair warning. No disrespect. I'm just letting you know how we kick it over here in the barbershop. I got 18 other blogs people can go to where you want to get that watered down version, but G Bush is real right here. This is where it all started from. So I got to keep it original. Extra crazy crispy, bro. And here you go with these dudes. These bots, man. Let me get you together. G Money, you hold me down right now. I appreciate that again, G Money. You know that. Hey, Brian Flores can't get no job. You know he can't get no job. He done told the truth too many times. That's what happened when you done told the truth too many times. let's keep it going, man. What's this right here? Let me get to some of these. I seen a lot of twos in here too, man. Seen a lot of twos. So who we gonna get? And this is why we don't get good coaches, because we quick to fire a Hall of Fame coach would come here anywhere near this fan base. Well, listen, Trail, you tell me. Listen, you tell me all the winners that been here. I'll wait. I always hear that. You tell me who's been ripping it up, who's been balling. And by the way, some of them coaches that was here has moved on to other places and took massive L's. Hugh Jackson is getting his brains beat in at Grambling. Mike Pettin can't even keep a defensive coordinator position. Rob Chaszynski ain't never getting another coaching job. I'll just wait for that genius that we got rid of. And by the way, we talking about the Cleveland Browns and Bill Belichick. That was one time they got rid of Bill Belichick in 1994. That's 30 years ago. Can you explain to me the last 25? The bottom line is nobody's running you out of town. It ain't about running people out of town. It's about telling you what your strengths and weaknesses are. It's the same thing we do with players. I said it earlier. When they got rid of Odell Beckham Jr. in the middle of the year and acted like he could not play, that was their decision. Then when he went to LA and we found out he could play. Then when they brought Baker Mayfield back, we said, well, maybe it was Odell's fault. We came to find out that Baker Mayfield couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, and he's still garbage in Carolina. Now, we down to the nitty-gritty. Kevin Stefanski, you're the common denominator. So when you can't even do simple things, like hand the ball to your best player, people going to look at you crazy. Joe Woods, when you got guys busting for 40, 50, 60, 70 plays every single week in crunch time, what did you think they're going to say? What did you think? Huh? What did you think was going to happen? It is what it is. It's the accountability of the game. Let you go to work and just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Do you think your dude's going to say, you know, that's a knee-jerk reaction getting rid of him, man, because they're going to he been with us 3 years. He's been an associate 3 years over here. And he still ain't got it. He ain't figured it out. So I'll cut my losses and find somebody else. At the end of the day, the busts are unacceptable. They can't catch onside kicks. They can't cover nobody in the fourth quarter. They don't make no adjustments. They don't get the ball to their best player. And you think everything, I don't know, maybe it's this. Maybe it's this. Maybe we just think Deshaun Watson is going to just magically just appear. Make everything all right. Maybe Deshaun Watson is going to come over here and just change all of our fortunes. Maybe that's what y'all think, man. Maybe that's what I think. But for me, these games are winnable. Cleveland Browns could have been 4-0, and they're not. I mean, they could be 0-4 too. So to me, I'm just giving you the real. G Money, I appreciate you, man. What we got? Will we continue to move? Hold on. Let me get this together. Kia Adams, this is defense. Offenses outperform expectations. I believe that they have outperformed expectations. My problem is they could have doubled them. See, it's opportunity cost, right? I keep telling y'all, it's opportunity cost. It's very simple. That's egregious. If the Falcons run it 11 times and you turn to a coach and Kevin Stefanski and say, no one can stop Nick Chubb, he averaged 6.1 a carry. Why won't you run him like that? And he doesn't have an answer for it? Here's what I'm gonna do. I got one. Let me see. Let me get rid of that. I'm gonna ask y'all real quick. Let me block this. Block these. There's a lot of spam in here. You know you balling when the spam's in here. I appreciate y'all. Bear with me. Sup, G Bush? Like that hat? Chargers must win now. Oh, appreciate that love, bro. Chargers game, it could be ugly. I'm not gonna lie to you. If they can't cover that, hey, you're right. These bots is on one. Hey, DeJuan Williams, G. Bush, that defense didn't want to tackle Shea. I seen Grant Delpit. He gonna get cussed out in film too. I seen Grant Delpit on that. I think it was the Williams kid. It was a flag down, and we thought it was gonna be against the Atlanta Falcons. And Grant Delpit just played patty cake with him all down. He played like you playing patty cake with your cousin. He did that all the way down the field. And then was surprised when he and was surprised, like, oh my gosh. Oh gosh. I didn't tackle him. Yeah, you played around. You don't assume nothing. I'm about seeing him. I'm about done. No one, Trail, come on. Listen, Kia, thank you for our fan base. Always wants someone fired. That's why our organization is looked how we are looked at as, and why no Hall of Fame coach would come from nowhere to this team. We're not about going to get nobody's Hall of Fame coach. It's about developing your own coach. That's all it's about. What are you looking to go find? Who? Like, this is the point. You guys, we're always looking for a hero. Like, who we looking for? My thing is, I'm not about to sit here and watch people year after, like you said, we get rid of all kind of people all the time, players all the time. Who's more expendable, coaches or players? Everybody know the answer to that. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to be no hypocrite. I'm not going to sit here and rip Baker Mayfield up one and down one for a whole year and then sit here and say that the man that has been at the helm bears no responsibility when he's still doing things that are rookie mistakes. Sorry, bro. That's not, you're not steeped in reality. You're not grounded in reality here. And it's not about being negative. It's about being accountable. I'm tired of the excuses. You can't, simple onside kicks. You can't recover. And where's the accountability for your defense? That's on Stefanski too. You know why I say that? He hired Joe Woods. He is responsible for him. How was he obfuscated? I'll tell you what I would do. I hired you. Don't make me fire you. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to the buck stops here. Because at some point in time, they're going to look at me. They're going to say, I'm not holding you responsible. I keep having busts every single week. Why isn't it cleaned up? Do you see a sense of urgency? Does it look like Joe Woods is scared? Does it look like he's concerned for his job? And if Joe Woods was smart, he would hold his players accountable. I see another bust out here, you'll be sitting beside me or getting bust out of here. I can't play you. John Johnson, whoever it is, whenever it is. That's a problem with this society. We got nobody that want to take accountability for nothing. It's always somebody else's fault. No, it stops with you. You're the defensive coordinator. If they can't run the position, if they can't do what they're supposed to, sit them beside you. And if you won't do it, I'll find somebody else that will. Hard conversations. Don't nobody want to have no grown man conversations. It's all about chances. Let's get some chances around here. I'm going to tell y'all what. I don't know where y'all from, but this world out here don't give chances away like that. You better, do you know to be who you want to be, you got to be 16 times better than the dudes out here competing? You better not sleep either. You better be on everything. I'm just keeping it real with y'all, bro. I'm telling you the stuff don't nobody want you to know. I'm telling you stuff don't nobody want you to know, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. These dudes, after a certain point, the reality is once you make a certain amount of money in this industry, you don't hear this language like this. You don't. And you ain't going to hear it because it's cutting my money off. I can't talk about the establishment like that. I can't talk about them like that. They might want to give me a bag one day. That's what they're thinking. I'm giving you the real, unadulterated, right? I ain't out here auditioning for nobody. But the reality is, in this media, it's spin city. You ever ask yourself, why does this person get hard questions, but that person don't? You ever wonder? You ever wonder why in the press conferences they don't ask certain questions? Because it's about access. To a certain point, you just want to be in the room. When you are a part of the elite, when you are a part of the people that is an influencer, that they know your name, and the coaches know your name, and the players know your name, and everybody is recognizing you. Hey, G. Bush, what's up? Hey, G. Bush, what's up? What's up, G. Bush over there? Guess what? That's intoxicating to some people. That's better than a drug to some people. You think people gonna willfully give that up just out of the sake of telling the truth? What the truth is? Truth ain't. It's a lot of people that know the truth and it's broke. But the reality of it is this. I'm telling you, if you think that the owner's not thinking about this, you guys are sorely mistaken. Jimmy Haslam done put it all on the line. You know what kind of, in inner circles, you know what kind of scrutiny it is to bring Deshaun Watson here? But I commend him. Because he says, damn all the rest, which I'm trying to win. And if you want to win, you don't turn over and you don't skip past nothing. You make everybody accountable. You doing your job or nah? That's what it's about. If Kevin Stefanski come back to next week and call a game of his life, I'm going to be the first one to congratulate him. I need y'all to understand, I don't got no agenda. I ain't no hater. I can, my enemy, I believe that you could get, I believe you could get something from an enemy. Your enemy can give you some game. And if you wise enough to take that and flip that make you a G. Why I ain't out here hating on people just to hate? I'm giving you the real. Because that's how these billionaires and millionaires think. You think they about to handle, listen, you think that the Browns don't know they got a Rolls Royce out here and it's running like a Pinto? Come on now. I'm just letting you know. People, 230, yeah, 236 is a lot of money. And they're looking at it like, is this the guy I want driving my Lamborghini when he come back after 11 games? Please understand where we at, what type of time it is. Please. Can we pass to wide receivers, or what is, or was a Cooper open? We don't, the part is, Ray, and I'm actually, this is a great question. I believe that the Cleveland Browns are sorely missing the simple fact that they never went and got that secondary receiver. Hurt their soul. Because now what you're seeing is Amari Cooper's great. Where's the secondary guy? Where's the other guy that could get me some routes and get me some touches? They didn't prioritize it. You know why? Which is to be fair, if Deshaun Watson is playing, it look a little different. But for my money, and I got a window, I turn over every leaf. Every single leaf. Jeffrey, GB, Barry's watching all of this and just waiting to see what happens next. The laid back script head coaches puts Jacoby's in harm's way. It's just 35 is way too much. Getting cute never pays off. Run the ball and look at Seattle in the Super Bowl, and it would cost your teams wins every single time. My man, MTG, you show you right. Show you right. Every single time it will come back and bite you in the butt. Every single time. It's a law. It is a universal law. 228 people in the chat after 40 minutes. I appreciate every one of you, 228. Do me a favor. If you want that real content, please hit that like button. I appreciate y'all. Some of y'all, you say, hey, bro, some people ain't got it to donate. I understand. It's tough out here, bro. Show me some love and give me that like, man. But those who are donating, I thank you, and I thank you for supporting. G Money, man, you doing your thing today. Hey, Florida have the fire under Watson run the offense, and Will Fuller. I don't know. I can't read that. For a deep threat, he hasn't signed, which makes me wonder. Yeah, I would have took Fuller too. Hey, man, these bots is crazy. The bots is, listen, these is Russian bots too. They more, hey, super sticker, shout out, Jeffrey. I appreciate you. These Russian bots is a little bit more difficult. Stingy. G Money, I appreciate you. Players and coaches relax after losses, hate it. Appreciate you, man. And Mr. Roll Up 10, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you as well. All the continuity cats that's scared of this reality. But between Woods and Stefanski, we got serious coaching issues. My thing is this. It's evident. You know, I look, there's nothing, and by the way, ask yourself, what special did Atlanta have? That was run of the mill. Listen, nothing special with the Jets, nothing special with the Steelers, nothing special at all with this team. These guys is bottom. The Falcons is not a good team. They ain't got nothing to offer. Nothing that they did was like, wow. Nothing. Hey, Eric Huber, thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat. Stump Mitchell needs to close the door so Stefanski hard. Hey, look, close that door. Hey, man, I'm doing some coaching right now. Be cool. Man, good gracious, man. Man, these so-called easy games that we supposed to win just proves that these other teams were overlooked and the fans automatically assume this team was better than these other teams. They're just not. I said that in the beginning, and I thank you for that. Maybe I overestimated. I got to look myself in the mirror. I got to, for real. I'll put that on me. Maybe I got to go back and look at some of these tapes and the film that had me saying this defense was supposed to be elite. Maybe I should be looking a little tougher at some of these guys, man. Because to me, I'm not seeing enough pops. I'm not seeing guys popping enough. I'm not seeing guys making plays regardless of the coach. I'm not seeing guys, regardless of the calls, go above and beyond to get it done. I'm not seeing the fire. I'm not seeing the fight. I'm not seeing the playmakers. I'm just not seeing it, man. I ain't. And maybe I overlooked a lot of stuff because when you're close to the action, maybe you're a little too close and you can't adjust and get that big wide view to say, okay, yeah, this guy is cool, but he need to work on A, B, and C. He cool. I like this skill set, but this right here ain't going to get it done against good teams. Maybe I need to talk about that. Maybe that's on me, but I'm not seeing a lot of it. I'm just not seeing it. And it's one of those things, man, where, at the end of the day, that's what we got to do. Let me keep putting these on, man. These dudes, man. Hey, GB fans are paying for all of this and the players' wages. It's that entertainment, man. Watson is the missing piece. I don't care what anyone says. Hey, Watson gonna make a big splash. But Dav 27, let me ask you this. Is that gonna really stop like them giving up them 45 yards or the 60 yards or the 70 yards in one play? And busting defenses against Watson ain't got nothing to do with that. Watson can't recover onside kicks. Watson can't decide to be like, oh, Nick Chubb is eating right now. Let's go ahead and break their backs with Chubb. I'm sorry. Watson ain't going to do none of that. It's going to be much better. But my thought process is when you get better, the competition ratchets up. So if you think you're going to beat a Mahomes or an Allen or Tom Brady or Aaron, any of them dudes in a playoff battle where it's down to the nitty gritty, you're not going to be able to make these mistakes. You're just not. You can't win with these types of mistakes and blunders. You just can't. And like I said, maybe Stefanski is a great coach, for coaching guys when they're a really great team. If you got superstars everywhere and you got elites everywhere, yeah, it look a lot better. There's more room for error. But if you ain't a better team on paper or athletically, I just don't see where he's coaching these guys to get them to the next level. I just don't. I don't. And by the way, he didn't coach the playoff win. Y'all talking about, so great. He was not in attendance in Pittsburgh. Let's be clear. I'm not going to strip a man in his medals, but that was another dude who coached that victory in Pittsburgh Stadium with nobody in the stands and still was giving up leads. They almost lost that game. I'm just saying. Hey, Don, no agenda. I don't got one. If I had an agenda, I could be Jason Whitlock and be out of here by now. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't say that. See what I did? I was just a little too. See, I be on a tangent. I ain't mean to say. I mean, I could do the contrarian thing too. I could say I don't believe in reality. I could question elections and all that. I'd be the richest black dude in Ohio. There were so many regulations. Who's the president of the United States? Well, I don't know. Now I'm playing. I'm just joking. See, I'm just joking. My mom says stop saying that stuff. See, y'all don't know. I'll be just joking, man. Don't pay me no never mind. Don't pay me no never. I was just playing. Don't take it too seriously. My coach told me once a blowout loss is on us, the players, a close loss is on the coaches. I like that. I love that. I love that. Your coach was a smart man because your coach understood one thing. I can get you here. I can, if y'all get smoked, that means we ain't had no athletes. They was just better than us. But if it's 2 to 3 points, that means I'm up late at night thinking about what plays I could have called better, what clock management I could have had better, what pieces and gadgets, what levers could I pushed? Should I have said something different to you guys at halftime to motivate you? Those are the coaches I want to rock with. Hey man, thank you so much. Jesus Sports Talk, I appreciate you. Hey, send me if you got. I'm gonna go check out your page too. By the way, I always say this, man. Listen. If you got a blog or a page or Twitter or whatever, and you do any sports, man, if you want me to follow me, just hit me up at gbush91@hotmail.com. If you got a blog, if you do anything, if you got a clothing brand, if you got some business ideas you want to get off the ground and you want to follow, just hit me up at gbush91@hotmail.com. I'm all for it. I'm here for all that type of energy because I believe that there should be independent people that's getting into the game that is available to do something. I think the new wave of this thing and media is guys on platforms like this and putting that research in and being completely transparent. See, when you independent, you can say certain things. Everybody ain't independent. There's a lot of cats on these contracts out here, bro. And at the end of the day, we need people to tell the truth. So this is the platform and this is the new wave of what's going on. And that's people out here that is passionate about the craft, that want to tell the truth, that's professional, and people won't give them a shot. So thank you, and I appreciate you. Hit me up at gbush91. I'll give you a follow on Twitter. I'll subscribe to your channel, whatever you want me to do. Anything I can help, I'll help you out, bro. All right, let me get this last super chat in here too. Stefanski should taking the points on the first drive just because he was on the road. Kicking a field goal, the first goal with Chubb and Hunt is disgusting. I completely agree with it. I think that what you have to do is you have to definitely take the points on the road. I was on Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, and Jeff and Bull was arguing about it. I'm more of an aggressive guy, but at the end of the day, one of the things that I know is you should take the points on the road because guess what? Sometimes you really don't. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you really want to get up. You want to get them points together, man. Let me get a couple more of the super chats as well. Boy, the panel are going to be unsettled, and Bull is going to yell from Book Park downtown tomorrow. By the way, make sure you subscribe to Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. You can find me on there Monday through Friday, 11 to 1. Make sure you subscribe to the Locked On Browns podcast. I do a podcast every single day, so I ain't no run-of-the-mill dude. I do a podcast every single day. I'm all Browns, all in. Make sure you definitely listen to the Barbershop on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on the Odyssey app, man. So thank you so much for that. And G Money is back in. I was saying Brian Flores have a fire under the defense. Let Watson run the offense. Flores did more with less. No excuse. Kev got out coach. Period. And if somebody need to ask him that, Donnell Robinson, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. You guys are really doing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm just out here trying to do it. Big Kev, what's up, man? I ain't long time no see. Can't wait to hear all the excuses for Joe Woods. Gave up 200 rushing yards to the Falcons. Yes, those are the Falcons, man. So thank you guys. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And this is my favorite part of the show. Let's talk about where we're from, man. Because we represent 210 came up in here. Let's get it around this round robin thing going. Let's talk about where we're from, where we're representing. At the end of the day, it's all about the Browns. We still support our team. We still support Browns content. And y'all always come up and show and prove. The real champs, the real people is the fans. Let's get that roll call going. First and foremost, I got to say, shout out to 740. That's down in Athens County. OU stand up. Bobcats, OU. Oh, yeah. Shout out to the 614. I mess with a lot of cats down there and do the Ohio State post-game show. Shout out to 330, the old stomping grounds, Canton, Ohio, born and raised. And then you know what we got to do. 216 in the building. Let's get it going. Where you from? Let's shout that out like we always do. Here we go. Where we at? Portsmouth, Ohio, baby. Shout out to Jeremy Green, 211. Shout out to Ray Bob. DJ Burrow, what's up, man? Talmadge in the building. Appreciate you. Columbus, Ohio's up in here. Love you. Love you right back, Don. G. Bush in Florida. 412 picks. We got people in Pittsburgh showing love. Be behind enemy lines. I appreciate you down there saluting that. 614. Stand up, man. Definitely. 216 in the building. Canton, all day Hall of Fame City. Justin Green, what up, man? Shout out to Miles Green, by the way. That's my guy, man. I hope you all the Greens doing good down there. Keep it up. Parma in the building. North Boulevard. Yes. Big J Jones, man. Atlanta was just down in Atlanta. Boy, y'all do it big. Atlanta do it big. I see why they say it's Chocolate City. I ain't never been, it was like Wakanda. I ain't never been prouder to be a black dude. Just walking around proud. Like, yeah, look at these black folks in charge. 216 is in here. Cleveland Heights, Medina, Euclid, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Appreciate you, man. Canton right here, baby. We see with it. Westchester Township. We see you, man. We definitely keep it. Solon's in the building. Shout out to Rap Tight, man. Shout out to Rap Tight out there in Solon. I appreciate y'all, man. Toledo, Ohio, Birmingham, Alabama, Mayfield Heights. We got Cleveland in the building. Tough, man. Colorado, Youngstown, man. Greenville, South Carolina, doing it up big, man. As always, Wakanda forever. Hey, I know you mad, bro, but Youngstown, do your thing. Shout out to Maurice Claret, man. Let's go Detroit. The D is in the building. Shout out to Calico, man. I appreciate you. Cleveland Heights is in the building. Chocolate City. Just move back. Dave Gotti, welcome back to the city. Let's do big things, man. Grove City is in here. And finally, Antarctica. I told you Antarctica's in the building. As always, man, I want to thank every single person for jumping in, pulling up on me. We'll be here, same place, same time next week. I ain't going to leave y'all hanging. And for you guys out there, I appreciate you. The People's Champs, G. Bush is signing off. And you already know, nobody works harder. You're going to see me everywhere. But if you need your boy G. Bush, all you got to do is put up the Clippers. Peace.